Friday, 6 p.m. Your paycheck just landed. You open your banking app and exhale. Finally. That feeling that everything is going to be okay. That you have money. That this week is going to be different. You close the app. Open it again just to see the number. Close it. Open it. The number is still there. And for a few hours, maybe even a whole day, you feel rich. Not actually rich, but rich enough to relax. Rich enough to stop worrying for a moment. And that feeling? It's going to cost you. Think about what happens in the next 72 hours. Friday night you go out to eat. Nothing expensive, just somewhere better than usual. You deserve it. It was a hard week. On the way you stop somewhere you'd normally walk past. Just a small thing. It won't make a difference to the balance. Saturday morning you go to the grocery store. You put things in the cart that you'd normally hesitate over. One thing here. Another there. The balance is still fine. Saturday afternoon a sale appears. Something you've wanted for a while. The price is good. The money is in the account. The logic seems perfect. You buy it. And for a few minutes you feel good. Sunday you rest. Order food. Watch something. Spend a little more without really noticing. Sunday is a rest day. You deserve to rest. Monday morning you open the banking app again. And the number is different. Not drastically different. But different enough to feel something in your stomach. You do a quick calculation in your head. Figure out how much is left until the end of the month. Decide you'll be more careful this week. This time will be different. Tuesday passes. Wednesday arrives. The balance keeps dropping. Bills, automatic debits, small things you forgot existed. A subscription you were going to cancel. A bill that came due. A purchase you split into 3 payments 3 months ago. And on Wednesday night you're looking at the balance again. With that familiar feeling. That mix of anxiety and resignation. Your stomach tightens. Your head starts calculating. And a question appears almost on its own. How long until Friday? Now think, how many times has this cycle happened? Not this month. In total. How many Fridays have you felt that relief? How many Wednesdays have you felt that anxiety? If you stop to count, you'll realize this pattern has been repeating for months. Maybe years. And the strangest part is that you know it's going to happen again. Even while you're living the Friday relief, some part of you already knows Wednesday is coming. But knowing doesn't change anything. The cycle continues. Why? It's not because you're irresponsible. It's not because you don't know how to manage money. You know exactly what's happening. And it still happens. You've promised yourself you'd change. More than once. And the next Friday, the cycle starts again as if that promise never existed. So the problem isn't information. The problem isn't willpower. The problem is something else entirely. There's a concept that psychologists and behavioral economists call the paycheck loop. The idea is simple. When money enters your account, your brain registers it as abundance. And abundance, to the primitive brain, means one thing: it's time to spend. Think about where that comes from. For thousands of years, humans had no way to store resources for long. Food spoiled. Animals were stolen. Winter came. The evolutionary logic was clear: when you have it, use it. Because tomorrow you might not. That instinct is still inside you. And it wakes up every time your paycheck lands. It doesn't matter how much you earn. Studies show this pattern appears across all income levels. People who earn less spend what little they have. People who earn more spend more. The cycle adapts to the number, but the structure never changes. And there's a second layer to this that almost nobody talks about. The weekend spending isn't random. It's emotional. The week was hard. You worked. You pushed through. You made difficult decisions and endured things you'd rather not have. And when the paycheck lands, your brain doesn't read it as money available to pay bills. It reads it as a reward. You worked hard. You deserve this. And that. And maybe that other thing too. The problem isn't that you spent. The problem is that the spending was trying to solve something that money can't solve. The exhaustion of the week. The accumulated stress. The feeling that you sacrifice something and need something back. This is what psychologists call emotional compensation. And it's powerful because it feels completely rational in the moment. You do deserve it. The problem is the bill arrives on Wednesday. But there's a third layer. One that makes the cycle even harder to break. There's a phenomenon called mental accounting. Your brain doesn't treat all money the same way. Paycheck money feels different from regular money. It's new. It's yours. You worked specifically for it. And because of that, it feels more available, easier to spend, than money that's been sitting in your account for weeks. It's as if your brain creates invisible categories. This money is for bills. This one is for emergencies. And this one, the one that just came in, this one is for enjoying. You never consciously decided that. But your brain decided for you. And that's why you can resist a purchase on Wednesday, when the balance is low and money feels scarce, but on Friday with the exact same product, you buy it without thinking much. The product didn't change. The price didn't change. What changed was how your brain classified the available money. And then the second part of the cycle begins. Wednesday anxiety isn't just financial. It's emotional too. A low balance creates stress. Stress demands relief. The easiest relief is spending. But the money is gone. So you wait for Friday. And on Friday, the cycle starts again. Not because you're weak. Not because you didn't learn. But because the cycle has a very powerful internal logic. It uses your emotions against you at very specific moments, when you're relieved and when you're stressed. Those are exactly the two moments when your resistance is lowest. And there's one more thing feeding this cycle that you probably don't notice. The world was built to run on your schedule. The weekend sales aren't a coincidence. The delivery apps that get more active on Friday night aren't a coincidence. The discount notifications that arrive when your paycheck lands aren't a coincidence. There's an entire industry that's studied when you have money and when you're emotional. And it acts at exactly those moments. You're not fighting your own impulse. You're fighting your impulse and a system that was designed to take advantage of it. That changes everything about how you see yourself in this cycle. It's not weakness. It never was weakness. It's an ancient pattern being exploited by a very modern system. And knowing this doesn't break the cycle automatically. But it changes one fundamental thing. When Friday comes again, and it will, you're going to recognize that feeling. That relief that feels like abundance. That voice that says you deserve it. And for the first time, you'll be able to name what's happening before you act. Naming it isn't solving it. But it's the beginning of something different. The cycle isn't a personal failure. It's a pattern. And patterns can be seen.